We're going to be talking today about our services and what we offer and how we can help you maximize your horse care and get the most out of our services. We offer single meal feedings, mucking, overnight care, anything that you need done with your horses, we can make it happen. If you see me looking this way, I have 2 computer screens. I've got my website up on one side just so that I'm accurately relaying the information that I have listed on there. And then I have my notes just in front of me to go off of things that I wanted to mention in particular, things that I know that a lot of my other clients have had questions on. That's okay if you don't own a horse. So all of our services are applicable for any animal. So wherever you see the word horse, just insert your animal species and we can still give them all of our services. Walking for dogs, I do cat sitting. I'm familiar with working with donkeys, chickens, mules, goats. So any other animal that you have, even if it's not a horse, our services will apply. And we also do overnight care. So our overnight care services will allow our customers to go away on vacation, take some time off, maybe, take a couple hours just to themselves. Whatever it is, we're here to help you manage your time and give you some time off while making sure that your animals are given the best care that they need while your presence is absent. I don't currently own a horse. It has always been a dream of mine, but that is how I kind of started getting into horse care. So my grandparents had friends that had horses and they would take me over to their house to learn how to ride. I would do some care for them and we kind of would barter care for lessons and things like that. So that started when I was really young and I've been working with horses ever since. And so if you don't have horses, that is a-okay. I've grown up with dogs and cats as well, personally. I currently have 2 cats. Our business, Fig and Honey Horse Care, is named after our 2 cats. You may be able to see there's one eating through the door right now. That's Fig. Hi, welcome. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm happy to go over anything that you have questions on. We will go over our services and what we offer, our hours, my background, location areas. So if you're not within the Berkshire County, Western Massachusetts, which is where I'm based out of, that's still okay. I can travel. I have the ability to travel far distances, and those services would be for overnight care only due to the distance, but that is an option for you. I also will do meet and greets, so if you're new, you are thinking about booking, but you're not quite sure yet, you can let me know that you want to do a meet and greet, and you can meet me. I'll come out to you, meet your animals, and it's basically like a compatibility session, making sure that you're comfortable with me, that your animals are comfortable with me, and that I'm comfortable with you and your animals as well. It's a great time just to get a feel for things. Finding animal care is so important and it's so difficult to find, especially somebody that is knowledgeable in several areas and is available at all times. So I'm available by text, email, call, all hours of the day. So if while, I'm watching your animals, you can reach me at all times. So finding animal care, it can be difficult and it can be scary, but our meet and greets really help give people a peace of mind and make sure that they're comfortable leaving their animals in my hands. I treat your animals as if they're my own, and my animals are my babies. They're my children. Me and my wife don't have any kids, but our cats are our babies. So your animals will be treated as if they are my own. And that is what we do here. So we prioritize the health and well-being of your animals, regardless of whether they're horses or not. No matter who is under our care, I can guarantee that they will receive the best care possible. That is our mission. The health and well-being of your animals is everything. That is why we do what we do. Currently, it is only myself at the moment. How long does it take to brush and feed the horse? So it can really vary. It depends on several different things. Are we doing just a regular grooming session? Are we doing braiding? Are we bathing the horse first? So it really depends. If it's just brushing, it can take anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. Could be longer than that depending on the length of the hair. Maybe it's just after the super muddy season, they were just rolling around in dirt. Those factors can lead to longer grooming times. If the fur is, or the hair is really knotted and matted, maybe in the mane and tail, that could take time as well. Feedings also are really dependent on your requirements. So if you are setting everything up for me, you have measured out all the food, everything is in bags, labeled for each day, there's hay ready to go. It could take me 15 minutes, 30 minutes to do a feeding. But if you have other things involved where I'm putting all of the feedings together, your horses get a lot of supplements, or maybe they need to get medications with their food, it can take longer. So anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour can really be the time that I will spend feeding the horse. It also depends on how many animals you have. If you have, one horse compared to 10, that will definitely change the amount of time that it will take me to feed. Thank you for that question. So I can take care of a variety of animals, not just horses. And that meet and greet was for an overnight service. So our overnight services are really great and allow, pet owners, farm owners to go away on vacation, take some time off, do things around the house, but have somebody doing your, animal chores, whatever the reason it may be. Overnight care is applicable for any animal that you have. Our dogs, cats, goats, chickens, all of the above, anybody is applicable for our overnight and daily services as well. So those daily services will include feeding, they'll include mucking, watering. It depends on the kind of care that you're looking for. So, and it also depends on the amount of time that you would like for me to spend at your home. So, if you just need me for a single meal feed, you just need breakfast covered or you just need dinner covered, that's definitely an option. But I will also be available to do, 2 to 3 meals a day, staying at your home, making sure that your animals are safe and cared for while you're unavailable. This time could include exercising them as well. It can include grooming. It can include really anything that you're looking for. So the animals that I care for receive a very wide variety of services. For exercise services, I am trained to lunge. I can walk, trot, canter. I do not do jumping and more advanced riding, but in terms of exercise, trail riding is an option as well, arena exercises, and also groundwork. So I understand the importance of groundwork for new or not so new horses. Everybody needs groundwork, and that foundation is so important. So I'm experienced doing that as well, and that's definitely an option that can be added on for daily care. If I'm spending the day there, I'm more than happy to take time and do some exercise with your animals. Anybody have any questions? If not, I'll go into details on some of my other services. So for overnight care, I can stay on site in your home, but there's often times where people have a barn and maybe not a house on property. In cases like that, there are options for me to stay in an Airbnb or hotel, which would have to be covered by the client, but it's also possible for me to do a camping style overnight stay. So that's our overnight care. We also offer mucking services. So maybe you have all the horse care taken care of, but the manure outside is just piling up, especially with the weather right now. It can be really difficult to muck frozen manure and deal with all of that. So I can be hired on an hourly basis to muck stalls, pastures, fields. If you have a tractor, I can drag your field, whatever it is that you need. But those mucking services are on an hourly basis. For stalls, it is a little bit different. It's usually paid per stall if it's over 3 stalls, depending on what you have and what you need. For bedding and really deep cleaning of stalls and pastures or paddock areas, bedding will have to be provided. It's not something that I will bring. It will have to be something that you have. But I can remove bedding for a deep clean. I can scrub walls, clean barn mats, and replace bedding as needed for the animals that you have in those areas. I do not dispose of the manure myself. I don't have a service that removes the manure from your home, but I do have contacts. So if you don't have somebody that does that, I can definitely put you in contact with somebody who does. It may not be in your area, but I do have contacts, and I can, if I don't have somebody in your area, I can try to find somebody for you. For sanitizing, I prefer to use products that are supplied by the client just to ensure that I'm using things that, the client is comfortable with or has experience with. If not, I will bring products to use for your areas. So we are talking about Fig and Honey Horse Care and the services that we offer. So just to name a few, our services include single meal feedings, mucking, exercise sessions, daily care or overnight care. We also offer stall and stable maintenance, which can be really helpful, especially around springtime. If you need a reset, we can do a really nice deep clean and organization of your barn area, your tack rooms, your med rooms, and just get you set up for success for the spring and summer seasons. Especially after this really cold and muddy winter, it's nice to get those spaces set up and under management to help you through the next season. So how far do you travel for clients? So I will travel decently far, but those are for overnight services pretty much only. So any distance over an hour, I will mostly do overnight services. If you're within 2 hours, I can try my best to do daily services where I either come and go in the same day or just a one-off feeding or, just a, few hours of a mucking service, whatever it is. It's kind of on an individual basis, but I can go as far as, 5 hours for overnight services. We can head down to the Cape. We can go all the way north. So I'm located in Berkshire County, Pittsfield specifically, in Massachusetts, but I will travel over the New York border. I will travel over the Connecticut and Vermont borders. So I'll travel decently far for these services, and it really just depends on what the service is that you need. And it does have to, just be a reasonable service. If it's something that, would take you maybe 30 minutes, but I have to drive, over 2 hours to get to you, it may not be super feasible for us to do, but for longer term care is definitely something that I can make happen. Thank you for the question. I will also be available on weekends. There are some, holiday dates, especially where kids are off from school. You may want to spend some extra time with your kids or, take that time off for a vacation. I'm available during certain times. If anyone has any dates that you're thinking of, I am booking up pretty quickly, so it's best to get me those dates as much in advance as possible so that I can guarantee that I have the time to provide the service that you need. So as soon as you know, it's the best time. I will be starting equine massage and cryotherapy in the spring, which is really beneficial for your sports horses, your elder horses. These are really great modalities to help with swelling and pain management. It could be really helpful for recovery time if there's an already existing injury. So those services will start to be offered in the spring. Hi, honey. Do you want to say hi? Come here. You want to say hi? Did you hear me talk about you? Yeah? Oh, hello. Come here. Come here, honey. Honey's joining us. She just loves that I work from home most days now, and she gets right up on my desk. I've got her little cat tree next to me. She spends most of her time hanging out with me while I'm home working on the computer. It's very nice company to have. Fig is a little bit more on the, he's kind of nocturnal. He takes the opportunity during the day to sleep, get in those beauty hours, while Honey prefers to get in some mommy and me time. So again, our company is named after our kitty cats, Fig and Honey. This is Honey, although you can't see her face. Honey, come here. Come here. Come here. This way. This way. There she is. There's a sweet girl. I got a great video of her crawling on my shoulders today and hanging out on my back. I was sitting in the chair and she just decided to hop up on my shoulders, which is something that she's done a few times before, but not often. And it's, since the weather's changing, she is just shedding a lot. She is shedding a lot, but that's pretty typical this time of year. So our grooming services, especially around springtime, clipping services will be available soon. De-shedding services as well if your horses or animals are not comfortable with clipping. I will come and de-shed your animal for you, help them get comfortable in the ever-changing weather that we're having.